Good morning, Grand Rising. Hello, Collective. This is Divinely Guided and Chosen. Starseed spiritually. Um, Before it was 7-7, so it really still 7-7. 777 means a lot. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 has to do with the world, and with the chariot, always be able to drive it. You give thanks to the ancestors. It's going to give that and set the information and what we need to do. And so it says, guardians of the four corners and mother in the earth, father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here and now. I set the intentions that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. Amen and Shay. Mean Grand Rising. Grand Rising is the whole grand. And my understanding is of the zodiac signs, astrology, everything starts with 12. And it's always before 1. It was infinity, destiny, source, the Most High. Everything that today was to be about Saga Genesis. Do y'all remember of Saga Genesis? If that resonate for anybody. But it seemed like Saga Genesis is still turning around its cycles of it. So now Sagittarius will be the Sagittarius. It's the 12th of December. But also Sagittarius is from November the 22nd or 23rd if it's leap year, November 21st or 22nd. So the energy, my thing, is like it depends on what resonates for me. It reminded me of my dad. The month of April was on my mind for a while, and my energy. And matter of fact, he was the borderline of Sagittarius and Capricorn. So with that is a lot going on right now. I have the nines. Nines was all in here because the ninth house is in the Sagittarius. And 9 means an ending for things of the number of 9, but also it tells you it has to do with the women, with the feminine. Feminine has a 5 and a 9. 5 and 9 is 14. My understanding, this is about HighPriestess and Hierophant. And Hierophant, knowing that a Hierophant is the priest and a priestess about marriages of number 5s. 5s has a lot to do with challenging and chaos and the C words, challenges and chaos. It's curious. Also, it's like the conqueror and a battle, and individually, and can be more than one. I never wanted to read a karmic read about a feminine. I also think that everything that we are, what we do daily, it is a practice. And if you practice anything in this world, open your mouth and practice, then you are who you are. But the things about this dark time that I notice it is either to come all the way back to the past to get the understanding about the remembering of what they did or what they did not do, or the energy is just to bring it back forth. But it's just some of it is either to just to learn from it or to get the understanding. Now I'm back here in this past, present, and future to bring some information on these cards because I'm like, I'm still back in the past. And I'm like, now I'm bringing back. So, to be honest with you, I started with the other past, was passed from 16, and now I'm back on 1613. And 1613 got to do still about Henry. Also, this is number 8, and this particular was 1616. And that was an endemic. It was two towers fell with that. But on the information of that past information for 1613 and 1615, some 1619 brings back to 400 again. From that time, it was a lot going on. It was a lot of wars, a lot of things having to do with the Indians and the land and different things. And my thing of it is you also bring it back and to get to understand it because it had a lot to do with fire. Fire had to do with burning. Burning either was burnt for a reason. A lot of things about our ancestors that of the native and also that the cultures of the traditions that some of them was burned forcefully to change for things that they're not anymore. They was basically free, and to my understanding it was things that was wars came with that, and a lot of things. Some of the chiefs, some of the daughters was raped and took away from their civilization of their own place. So to information is just some people don't like to go back into to remember some of the things that happened because some people of us how we noticed that we didn't do it, but we're not understanding that the parents of the ancestors is the one. But you have to understand that that bloodline is still connected to you. And when it cause and effect, then we don't understand why we're in the predicament that we're in now. Because that was connected to those cords. And so those cords that are sacred of generations of wealth, generation of cause and effect of karma, come back to the results for the children up under that connection of your family, of your generation, of Akasha's records. And then we don't understand it because you're part of it, of a bloodline that you have. Okay? And what they call blood in, blood out, what people will call it, brother, what they call it a long time ago, Indian will used to cut the blood and connect it to another line and be able to do things and connect it with their own trade of their own tradition, cultures and stuff and things of that. My understanding is that here we go again. Saga Genesis, here it comes right back again. Let you know it's Sagittarius and Saga. And about that is the Taurus again. Second, you see, Sagittarius has to do with the Taurus. Taurus has to do with the Hierophant. So then you understand that the Saga Sagittarius has to do with something that is the phoenix of rising. Phone, like I said, it's been burnt and that has been burnt and from ashes. Okay, then you become a clean slate and be able to go forward. So my understanding, here we go again. So to just pay attention because that's giving that information. A lot to go with Edward. Got a lot to do with, has to do with a whole lot to do with Irish. It has to do with a whole bunch of things. Has to do with the Indian, and everybody has a place in here. I have pulled some cards from angels and ancestors that bring the card, and from all of this has fire. I have one card in here that has only air. Then the air of the message from that is going to make everything more hot. And with the fire, it means bring clean slate. Either the fire is the creative, it's all about new ideas and knowing something going forward. But with these cards, you got the queen and the king in here of fire, a message of fire. Then you got a nine of fire and a page of fire. Everything has to do with the fire, which would be the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And that brings as Sun is in here too with the Saturn. This means to me a Saturn return, and it's coming on the way. You know, sometimes I get upset sometimes when you don't understand things and you pop off, and honey, sometimes it's necessary too. You know, this is get on in here because to be honest with you, we gonna talk about these karmics and you know, when I first started this, you know, I should have been out here on here, and I just watched other people for a while to see how this was gonna work. I watched this for a long time, but I never have some of the community of the conscious of the tarot or to give out information of guidance on YouTube. And some of it I watched a lot of certain things, how people are can be so challenging and karmic, and to ask things to, you know, just listening to what other people saying, being in a group. And being in a group, it was a whole bunch of stuff, and some people decided, some people are chose to select certain things. Some people just get gifted, you know. It's a lot of people, everybody have gifted in their ideas. Some people are very talented, and sometimes it causes problems with another individual when you're watching that this person is very gifted. Either they're going to use it or use it to come against the gifts that the person is given as a Sagittarius. Sagittarius go through a whole lot. I'm not saying ain't nobody go through a lot, but it's very gifted of Sagittarius. I always going to give some information about that, and to each his own, my understanding. But it's just a lot of, they have to go through a lot of challenges because who they are. You know, they give too much, or they give a little bit too much, or not enough to bring it back to themselves. It's a whole lot. It's a lot of challenges of it. Also, it has a number 12 has so much information about. It's the hangman too. If you be honest with you, hangman has to do with something bound, either cords or bound with something else or somebody. Either they need to cut cords and certain things. Now you see, I started back with the sacred generational tree, and understanding about how you be bought in, bought out, the blood in, blood out, and understanding about it. Try to give understanding. If I'm not doing something wrong, you can always find another way to find your own understanding, because that's the purpose of everybody. It's to go and challenge you, or to understand about the what reasons and resonate to what your individual, what you're going through. Most of it's the dark soul going back to that. It's ascension of on high. In order to go there, you're going through the remembrance of it, and to get the understanding in order to go ascension on. Now, got a lot of high priests in here. High priest got to do with Pisces. Pisces has to do with the water. High priest, okay? High priest will be with Pisces, with the water family, with Cancer and Scorpio. That's a lot of information. And with the fire too, and I got some air in here, which will be is my understanding Aquarius, which will be Gemini and Libra. So let's get on in here. Now let's get on about this. The nine of fire is something is to keep cautious, and the next one has to do is for the new ideas. But my understanding is about this karmic of this particular of this high priest, or either the high, it is a high priest, to be honest with you. It is a karmic of a generation of a tree that's connected to you or somebody else. That means also I seen emperor in here. Emperor's in here. So when you got a high priest and an emperor in here, and then you got the queen of fire and the king of fire. First of all, let's understand about the nine of fire. That's the nine out of fire. That's the ending for something, but it's got some cautions on here. And like I said, an ending of something, and the page of fire that has some new ideas. Now, when you started with one, it's past here, past of whatever. Now, I gave you the information of what I gave you about 16, 13, 16, 15, 16, 19, 400 some years about this, about the fours. Fours got to do with the whole plan. That means the whole plan of a whole building of something. Give you all the information I told you. I told you all that about that. But let's get on back here about this particular, about this karmic. You know, like I said, it's a karmic. Karmic. You know, I'm telling you, I can't, I just can't, I'm different. I just can't stand another woman watching another woman and to be something that they're not. They tell you a whole lot about the woman or a male that's feminine or masculine. If you're not sure about everything that you're doing, then you just don't believe in your own self. And when you watch another person like a copycat, it is something wrong with that. Karmic has to do, I always say about different things about what's going on with the North 60. They have a mind mental. When some person is in the mind, and certain doctors have to sit there and check and see the brain scan, and they know which ones of a scan that has certain issues that is very, that it cannot, some of them cannot be in more of the unconditional or compassion than the other. They just have a trait that some people, they say you should never be a person that's in a hospital. Some people just, they are not like everybody, and it's okay, but with this, when they have their mindset of this type of stuff, it's something about that. Yeah, my understanding on this here, I'm looking at these, looking at the pictures. The pictures on this one is 9. There's one right here. And here go 9 of wands. Because all of this is fire. 9 back again. So all the 9 times 3 in here is 27. Let me see if that's all the 9s I see. Yeah, they. Okay, the D. Uh-oh. D and diddy. So that's 27. And I already seen 27. Oh, because of Sagittarius house. So 9 times 4 is 32. That's 5 back again. 9 of wands. 9 of wands. Look at that. This is what I had pulled earlier about the priest anyway. Serpent. 9. Knowledge. And bring this back because this is what it is. Now I'm trying to sit up in here. So with this karmic, flipped it again. 5 of cups and 9 of cups. $45 back and 9 again. But when you see 5 in cups, emotional with that, but also you got 9 cups. So my understanding, ending of something, of emotional, of 5 cups and 9. It's going through something. Mm-hmm. Determination, resilience is defiance of last of the defense. It's the final push. It's like the final. We're talking about It's talking about Saga Genesis. It's like, to me, it's like, oh, this is, it is defiance and defense. It's the last of it. All of this hell you done went through, dealing with karmic masculines, karma, feminine of high priest, and it's the ending of it. Then you're going into all the emotion part, but then you got 9 cups coming later. To me, it's a battle. That's why I call it Saga Genesis. And like I said, when it's negative, and you put in there, it's like these, it's like the open, it's like the people holding on the old stones, like old stories, like the past. Like I said, I went back with that and I say, wait a minute, I'm still back in that. So I was like, we're going to get the information. It's about a lot of things of 400 years. But we have to understand that when you go back, that's like the south part of the node, and you go get it, and but not stay in it. Come out of that, knowing what are you gonna do after you to figure it out about some of your ancestors and what they did. You have to forgive them, but sometimes I'm just saying you gotta forgive them because there was a time of things. Okay, that means things have changed. But my understanding, you keep it in there. You kind of like you get miserable about the same thing. But some of them, I hate to say that, but some of our ancestors, some people just don't want to change neither. Understand they need you because the spirit either gonna transfer to something else. They come through you. Like I said, if you can't get along with some of your ancestor spirits that come to you, then either what's the purpose of it all? If a person, they, in order to for them, they need you. But if they can't come with grace and mercy, and to come with purpose and grounded and without the old stuff from a long time ago, then you don't need to deal with it. So let me just say that if they ain't coming with peace and not coming for grace and mercy, and if they not coming for something abundance for you and to balance you, then what the hell they coming for? Either coming to hurt you, or they gonna either abundant you, or to make sure that you gonna ascension on high. And if they're not doing of these spirits that going through this dark soul, and you getting different things of your gifts and not understanding, then they're not just for you, they coming against you. So for what reasons? That's when you figure it out who you need to figure out who you dealing with on your ancestry. Because these practices of everything we do is everything with hands and what's been given. But my understanding, some people will use the gifts that go against for each other. That become as something what they call a dark witch. Because if it's a high priest is not always negative. Anybody that have practiced and given the understanding is part of practices. That's a person that teach. But if you're doing it toward another individual, yourself and other people, then that is not good things. That's karmic. And if it's a karmic with a high priest, then it's a straight up, a evil ass witch. Now, this is what I am. I tells you the truth, and the truth gonna set somebody free today. Now, if they had to bring in the church, well, sometimes the doors is open. And baby, some days, some doors need to keep open to get the understanding about what's coming down low, coming to another. But to my understanding, spiritual, that is what I'm speaking. And like I said, we all got gifts, but use it, but don't abuse it. So this is like Saga Genesis with old battles from 1613, 1619, 1615. And like I said, the information when I first started, and like I said, you have to go through the you have to go through and finish that you started, trapped by your own boundaries and give it up. So like I said, you bound have to do with number 12. Like I said, it had to do with bound, and it had to do with the hangman. But you have to look at your own self, but you also what around. Like I said, the past of the South known is either to go back to understanding what the South was all about, to get the understanding, and to come back to the North. Like the South got to really do with the South. South got to do with the sun, close to the sun. And like I said, with that, sun is the sun for a reason. It is enjoy success and happiness. And it is really number 3 is what? That ain't nothing abundance. It's abundance with that. Ain't nothing but number 3. That is, it tell you, like I said, it is the Most High. It tell you it is. It tells you the 3 things, right? and it's going to give you that. Absorb. I mean, you can't do nothing but absorb. But with all the emotion with the 5 cups, come on, somebody, it's challenges of emotionals of different things of that emotion, you know. And it's like disappointment, betrayal, bitterness, and rally and self pity and all that. That ain't gonna do nothing for you. But this is the battle part. You get all the battle, now you emotional. Now you got 9 cups coming. So 9 is the ending of something. Here comes all what you've been went through, and here we go again. You got the gift in you and desire and choosing joy and manifesting in dreams and gratitude and abundance. That's what's coming now. So that's good. So we got 14. That's gonna keep that balance in 2, which is that 5 and cups and 9. That's 14. That is still watery, but 14 has got to do with the balance of it now. You done went through all of that. In the middle part, that's the present, right? So that means how you feeling now. But then 9 cups, future is coming around. So that's letting you know. 9, 5, and 9. So letting you know what it is going on right now. Started a mess, a battle. You went there. You got your wands, and all this is all why ain't nothing but fire and wands is in here. And to be honest, remember 9 is letting you know an ending of it. Emotional, all the stuff, and now you're gonna be sun and blazing on. Look at that. So that's good. Very good. Very good. You just go through the Saga Genesis. There's a whole lot of it. So all of that, going through the burnt and the ashes, from all of it being clean into slate, go to a new things. It's ascension basically. You didn't went through the saga part of it. But let me get on this particular about this old karmic and illusional type of a female of a high priest. Uh, she ain't you. And I'm gonna say it right here. She's not me. Shout out to one of the YouTube ladies. And it's not. 6 and 7 on there is 13. 13 means what, Dad? It's a rebirth. She's not me. She doesn't have my name. She never have what I have. I won't be the same. It won't be the same. No, it will not. Because guess what? Because you may be her lover. Sure, you may be the lover that's the want you. Because that's the problem. When I'm talking about, shoot. When you dealing with a high priest, scorned ass woman about a man, about something that's connected to you, you got problems. But the problem is, her thing is she want him, but he don't want her. Or, put it like this, maybe it's the reversal. Maybe she is the one that's the lover, and the other person don't want the man. The masculine don't want her. Okay. However, y'all do whatever, but my understanding is the woman. She's the high priest. The high priest again. So, like I said, the high priest, Pisces, and you know what Pisces is about. They know, and they know, and also with that Neptune too. There's a lot going on with that. So I'm just saying, when a woman is scorned and it's burnt, she hot. She hot. She hot. So being that, who, like I said, she not you, but that lover though. It's a lot to me. It's like your house, your friends. They tried. Wait a minute. They tried, but they fried you. Oh, all right. Your house, your friends. And they tried, but they fried you. Transform to a new. I got copycat. Stealing of karmic vamp. Trying to be you. Trying to ID in a 3D to be 5D with the family. So yeah. She fried, so either that's why I say trying to be burnt. She trying to burn you, but hell, to be honest with you, she didn't do nothing to make you to do something to be as the Phoenix rising. Aquarius going straight in 12 into that one and bring a star. That's all she did. That's all she did. Nothing but transform while she was burning somebody. She ended up still on that. Her mind is still in that same thing from all that past life, past time, for all that time. All she did was do enough for you to keep going for. That's it. She didn't do too much. She transformed you. She didn't burn you now. Then he bring you back into the backs, like I said, backs on the back of somebody around, which would be future is in the back, because that's the generation. So all she did when she burnt you in the past life, but then you in this new life, then she's still trying to do the same result and still not working because she can't get the understanding. Because let me tell you, it is the Most High will allow a person to act that way, especially about that pride and ego. When you constantly on in that mindset, then your purpose is to harm other people, and you wonder why you're in a predicament, and then come back at a time as this to start this and over again, and you become as karmic injustice, and it's coming. I don't care if it was past life of whatever time of wars it was having, and you know that that stuff got to make to manifest, and it has to finish it in order to go to the next. So I said Saga Genesis, this got something to do with the finishing of it. With that number, that 9 of Wands, that's what it was in the first place. When I first started. It started right here, 9 of 5. You see them stars in there? Look at that. Message then fell here with the heart. I put the heart there for a reason. You see it fell. Because somebody with that heart, because the message is right here. Because that's the message and that's the communication right here. You see them wings and you see them birds around. See the 9. You see them crowns of the candlesticks over that. That's 8. Stay 8. What they gonna give you? Some of that Scorpio energy. It's really, to my understanding, 8 is really have to do Pluto, Scorpio house, and then with that message of that fire. So let's get on in here. So dealing with this, I want to put all that information on her, but like I said, dang, stealing ideas and everything that you do, and can't find your own way. They end up using your things. If you put it out, they put it back in. It's a mess. Watch what you're doing. Then they'll come back what you put out to as a part to come back to read the same thing what you said. We all do the same thing, but if you're not with your own self, then it ain't really don't mean nothing. You have to have your own something about yourself instead of being like a copycat to another person. Hmm. Okay, I put in here she started dyeing. Okay, she said she started dyeing your hair. Pay attention. And She even started using your own perfume like you. And then she even started using the books that you've been reading. And also the lingerie, if you get down with that. I mean, she watching everything you do. Make it sit. Copycat 3D and 5D. 3 and 5 is 8. Of a past of the energy of a 3D has to do with you with the D. You know, these are doors. That means divination and division. To be honest with you, it's multiplication. It's about 2/5, 3/5. Are we in 4/5 or 5/5? It's up to you what the drop of the energy. It's up to you. What do you feel like? How you feel? Because everybody got a lot to say out here. But how do you feel about your inside and how it works with you on the outside of your perception about yourself? Because that's all it is about anyway. Because people are going to do what they're going to be. The world going to keep on spinning. Just what it is. You look at people like that, all I see is this particular woman going through all of that. She is who she is. She's a priestess and dealing with another high priest. And guess what? At the end, you're gonna be victory on that. All it's all victory. All that stuck, all that anymore, all that bound and stuff. All that stuff about yourself first, about you, what you feel about it, because you already mastered it anyway. But you can't deal. You deal with these copycats and they mimic of these heartless and these people, narcissistic type of people, masculine or feminine of these dang karmics. It is they don't want to see you succeed, but you already made it. So what the purpose? Let them be like an ass on an ass without no money on their pocketbook. Let them be fall on them towers. That's what I look like. Because, like I say, everything gonna keep on moving. It's gonna keep on rolling, keep on rolling. You know, this is what it is. So the intuition, victory, and the strength of the wands, the fire and desire, it is straight like that. I got, like I said, it's going this message on here. So I understand caution of the 9 of fire, and don't be a prisoner in your own home. Let's get on that. Home was number 4. I got number 4 right here. And it got to do with Lord. And this Lord is take charge with the authority. Now, regardless, you may be going through a transformation from where the home that you are at, then that means that that particular of the Lord is going to be charged in authority. What his job is. Your job is to make sure you take the charge with authority as well. Because if you can't get along in a home, rent, apartment complexes with the person, then it doesn't mean that you did something. It just don't work. So some things, oil and water, don't mix. All right, and some things don't mix together and just don't work, or the ending of it just was completed. It is a time for you to move on and let things where it is. And my understanding of that number 4 has to do with doors and also has to do with the landlord and of a lord of a person that has the charge. You have to take the emperor. You got to take the charge. You got to be the one to take it. Because my understanding, emperor was in here in the first place. You have to take you have to take that time and do what you're supposed to. You know, why not? Why is she always gonna have a house? You know, she gonna have her own home. You know, it's like, what's going on? Is it time to renew? It's time to renew something. It seems like all I see is new. So that means over the reasons of years, reason and recognition and reckon the action or the process calculating of something, estimating. That means questions on it, but it's already done. It's already done. You're speaking into and you speak in life into the communication, and you speak life, and the life will come back to you because you giving out the information. And sometimes you talk, like I said, you sometimes we got so much gifts we don't even know what we're saying. We already spoke it out in the first place. It's just your body is trying to catch up with the spirit. Your body is slow. Okay, your mind of your knowledge is fast, but the body got to catch up. And it seemed like the information it already gave it out. You know, like I said, I was gonna come in here and act a fool up out of here, but I said something. Say I ain't even. You got so many people watching. You could be a butt behind your own self. You don't give karmics all that power and energy to these with their craziness self, because craziness is because they know they crazy and they happy with it. But don't give no more energy to it because they need that. They need that energy. And when you give all that energy, then they take power over you. Take that energy back to yourself. All of your manifesting, put all your stuff back into you. It's nothing wrong giving manifestation to other people, but put it to yourself first. And then you see where it works. Then after you get yourself together, then you give out the other stuff. You always take care of yourself first and then later on. But don't give everything to everybody. Because everybody's not for you. Okay? Just saying. There's a balance with it. All right, so we got that information of all of that. Oh, and all about the karmic and adults and juvenile, because these groups, they got more than one. So they let you know it's a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes with this karmic feminine and karmic masculine. They got groups. You got to have a group in order to do something. What you need to do, you got to have other people help. You will tell you how much power you got individually. You got power. They got to need somebody to help to come help you, because that's how much power you got to stop and succeed what you're trying to do in this world. And that is real. You know, let's see anything else in here. Um, Knowing that you got a lot going on. It's to my understanding you got projects and different new ideas that you want to do. Make sure, I say, be free of your ideas and your value intuition. That means the value is devaluing you, and you need to show your value that you have, because that's what the karmics is coming for, to make you little, like you ain't nothing, but you're great, because they got to have a whole group to come help you, baby. Why they can't come by themselves? I'm gonna tell you, I had a little, what you would call like a little dream or whatever. And baby, let me tell you, I don't know, it was real quick, a little dream. And baby, it was two women fighting. They was fighting hard. Next thing I know, I thought it was gonna continue. They both were swinging. And I guess both of them said, "Well, hell, she hit me hard, man. I don't want to mess with her." And I get the other one too. That's like the other one still was wanting. The other one got hit so hard she didn't want to mess with you. So that's for somebody. Whoever this resonate, because honey, these two women was in here fighting hard too. And the other one got that sting. And baby, she don't want none. She don't want none. She don't want none. Tell you. That's how you gotta sometimes you gotta swing and let a person know how much power you got. And they feel that, they gonna say, back, give me 50 feet. They gonna turn around going about their business. So sometimes with bully is a bully. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them that you just as much as them. It's the devalue another person to value. So you got the value. You already had the value. You already had the bunny. There it is, energizing bunny. You already had it anyway. You got the fortune. Yeah, they just trying to devaluate what you had because you got so much power. They don't know what to do with you. They got to bring a whole group. What they tell you about it? Stirring a pot, witchy brew, trying to do all kinds of stuff and trying to stop you. Well, they didn't do nothing. Look at that. The message was already in here. And that's for your intuition, your antennas to understand what was going on about the message. The message got to do with the karmics and about the lover. The lover is relationship, but honey, it's about that you know about the strawberry moon, about everything's coming up there, all the fruits. Fruits is a time of abundance. Baby, that was about that. And it's on the way. It's on the way. I'm drinking my coffee. Show is good. All right. So the message of the fire is determination and also to create. It's about your spirit. Man, get in here and get your stuff. Get in here and get your stuff going on here. Stop all that stuff you got it going on. It's headstrong. You already got it anyway. They trying to stop you. You unstoppable. Ain't nothing can stop you. And nothing. I told you Saga Genesis is going on in here. Ain't nothing they can do. I'm giving information about this unstoppable message fire. Because, baby, you can't do nothing. It says right here. It's determination, create action, innovation, spirit, headstrong. I have an unstoppable spirit and can hold and create all that I desire. Surrounded by the spirit, and it's illuminated by the about the wisdom that rises up within me. I set forth with a path innovate. I saw I'm telling you, come through the ashes, burning into the phoenix rising on up. You going from Phoenix, come from eight. Eighth house got to do with Pluto, and Pluto has to do with Egypt. Hello, somebody. Hello. And you going from the Phoenix and a rise on up. All right? And becoming something clean slate. I trust in my vision and act accordingly, remaining true to what I most value. It's the value and desire, which I can manifest in many forms. You done been here in many forms. This is the message of the present. Message has to do from the past. This go back for a reason. What's the reason you go back and read? Why do you go into the Saga Genesis, the beginning again? What is the what? 12 go back into 1? Exactly. Because to remember on who you really are. This many forms that you manifested all this time. It's a lot. Now, you done manifested it from all that time from your ancestors. You in that cord of that. Blood in, blood out. Come on, somebody. It's in. It's in. So I'm just saying, many forms. Forms has to do with four doors. That means it was the many of them. Many. There's a monument crossed on that. That meant for something, for a time of ages that you went through a past. And now my understanding, that's from years ago, and then you're dealing with that karmic of a masculine or a feminine. It has the moon in here. You got the stars. See, look at that. See the stars? And then the page of the fire. And that's a moon. And it's something around this particular of this woman. It has a line. It's a tiger there. Then I tell you what, the tiger is on here too. I believe it's tiger time. Giving information, the message of the nines of the air. Ending of things, right? Continue. Ending of stuff. 9 of a fire. 9 of air. So, like I said, it's the shift. You shifting to all kinds of negative. Okay, there it is. Negative self-talk into self-compassion from fear and possibility of a call to faith. That means that you're 9 of the ending of it, but it has to do with the negative. Negative has to do with the south node. So it's like the message and gave the intuition of it, and then all of a sudden you got the information. Now you kind of like you got a negative thought. Because then normally you go, because it's like you just went through all of the battles. Golly, that's normal. But come out of that. Come out of it. Because that's what that is. You have to be a little bit nice and gentle through what you just went through. Saga Genesis, come on. You done went through all of that. And now you done went through the battles. You done went through all of that. You understand about the karmic of the masculine and the karmic of the feminine of these high priests. So they both high priests. All these cards, there's 6 of them in here. It's high priest. Matter of fact, all is high priest, period. So that's a whole 12 grand cycle. Everybody in here of every picture is giving you a high priest, elder, a stargazer, a son, a lord, and a shaman, and a high priest. Each one of 6 of different type of tribes on each of this card. And let you know the sun is a planting, but also it was done purposely. And that was always success and happiness. And that was the absorbing of all the things. That everything up under the sun absorbed it. So it's like nothing new up under the sun. It was the reason why I go through of all of the endemic that it happened in 1616 to 2020. So it lets you know within the 16 of that is 400 years of a 4 of doors, 400 of doors. Come on, somebody. And you think that that cup was going to be a big dipper or a little dipper? All of that stuff was going to pour out for a reason, because you absorbed it. What you put out is a cause and effect of the self-realization about of the 20th of it all. From the 16th of falling of the towers, they doubled. It was a double of those towers. So did the 2020. 2020 is still of the judgment of it. It failed too. So let you know, ain't nothing new up under here. So, but it's always possible. It said be gentle. And it says feel. Wait, this is mellifluous. I'm gonna say mellifluous or fluous voice. To me, it's mellifluous. I said mellifluous. I tell myself that I will be okay. That I'm okay. That's twice intuition that you already know, and that any fear that is merely false evidence appearing real. That's just it. Let me tell you. If you can't see it, it ain't real. Anything to use with these devices and all kinds of stuff behind your ears, on your left, right ear, 33 on ear, it's like the left is the devil and the angel. Which one is? I say to this, I say and I say, this spirit needs you. Be not, if they ain't gonna help you, shit, let them, don't listen, shit. Do you. The purpose about you. Hell, if they want to help you something, they'll do it or not. If not, they just stalling your ass. That's all the purpose of it in the first place, to stall you. Either they with you or they not. Hell, if you can't see, there's a plumb false. They're appearing something ain't really real. Let's say this again. I'm going to say this again. And that any fear is merely false evidence appearing something real. The fear of your is yours. You is brought fear into all of this, and sometime made more of a mountain than a molehill. Cause problems. Worried about what your gifts is causing problems with you. Because it is the problem. It's your intuition of your gifts. It's highly intuitive, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and you worried about everybody else because they're going to do that purposely. Because I came back with the mystics about what they was doing a long time ago. They were burning people. And so for your past is remembering because these people was doing that. That if they did that with the physical part, then you see that they'll find a way to do in certain ways and devices and do shit. But all of this gonna clear the slate, keep it moving because hey, it is like a person is like what is it called double jeopardy. And I kind of say if a person is a person that said that I think a person that played that they died or not, and they were able to come back and to do that again because they was already dead. And my understanding, trying to get the understanding of, because it's two ways on that. To me, it has to do with the Fifth Amendment, but also it has something to do with a person is playing dead and they're not. So my understanding, the laws of justice, of karma, and justice will come back, however it is, if that resonates to somebody. But and it says right here, fear is merely false evidence appearing as real as I forgive myself because I knew I am a human trying to be the best I can and need only call on the spirit to remember. Then we talk about remember that I can and I will do better as a possibility and begin to gather of my own horizon. It's set to you. And baby, these people is still trying to do what they did a long time ago. Why? Because they know you are purposely driven of a strong headed of what you're gonna be. And you keep telling them that you're gonna keep on doing your strong head and what they came and what they already gave to you. You already was the battle within it anyway. You done came through it. I mean, hell, they tired too. Y'all tired, we tired together. Because both of them saying that the hell you was gonna battle anyway. They wore out too. You know, when they start messing with your own elements of your own physical, then you know, hell, that's some straight up crack for you. That letting you know they still trying to do the same thing, and you keep moving, keep on moving, keep on rolling, because they tired too. I already gave you the information, but that dream, she gonna hit that. You got one hitter, and that's it. And she ain't gonna want that no more. She done had enough of it. I think she wore out. She tired too. He tired too. So my understanding, that's the message. Now I got the Queen of Fire. She come up in here. Baby, Queen is here. And you know the Queen here. Come the King. Ooh, child. There he is. The Queen of Fire. And that is number 5. Baby. So my understanding is create, and that's right. When you collaboration, when you call it, when you collaborate or collaborate with everybody, it's like a celebration when you it's like the collective connection of collaboration of with and connection, passion, and inspired by spirit of artists. You are artists. And like I said, the artiste. And you are the one, divine and driven to do all things within yourself. I am capable. See, I'm just saying I'm capable. Strong friendships and inspired me and encouraged me to express myself in my own way. I co-create with other and dedicate in a vision of the achievement of the highest good of all. And how might I join to dance with co-creation, letting spirit flew. It's good to flew or flow and through me and inspired me and express my passion because that is what it is. So what the fire, what the king say? Spiritual influence, create, inspire, and leadership. That's it. That is what your purpose is. When I am aligned with the spirit, I am power, leader, inspires others. My mastery. I gave the number 22. You are a master. I got number 44. 44 and 44 slash that. Come on in. Baby on 133. Your mission is already here. And it says right here, Um, my mastery benefits others I teach them directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling and what they might aspire to. How can I be confident in my own abilities and visions without becoming rigid of closed off to new ideas? It's it. That's all. The king said it. It's it. He didn't already said all it was about. It was about aligned with the spirit. Powerful leader you are. And that's what I say, empowers others. Mastery. Teach. Directly at times. Others. Modeling. Expired. Confident abilities of vision and become rigid but are closed off and new ideas. Come on. Don't be closed. Oh, all that was about all that karmic and all these narcissistic things that was going on with these groups, targeted individuals, using the moon to all kinds of things and the illuminating and hidden things that they do on the moon with their faces, all the things you went through, all that times, all the stuff that they was using for devices and any things that come targeted on an individual. And after you went through all of that, and you got a new home, new apartment, new home, new car, new everything that it was coming to manifest, and they know all about it, and it's okay. Sometimes it's time to take change and go on to whatever new ideas and what is tension on you won and you won the battle. And sometimes when you win the battle, they don't like it. See that? I was trying to eat that, but you won. So the elder, stargazer, the sun, it says right, healing through the lineage, stargazer is the sights. You set your sights high. The sun is the enjoy the success of the happiness. Take the charge, authority. Remember I told you about the new of dealing with lord and landlords and yourself and your empress to be able to go to the next. Shaman is to trust in the higher force, and high priest is intent to and create. This all six. Six has to do with all of them with high priest, period. So letting you know that's what that was. And I got 44 angel number. And it symbolized mental fortitude, urging you to trust in the inner wisdom, intuition, and guides and navigating of the challenges. And that is the hard to be successful, work towards the goals. 22-2. Angel number, good fortune and finances, relationship, career as well, reminding towards your soul purpose. So everything is what it is. So all of that information that I gave here, it's good. And to be honest with you, and the cups, it was 9 wands. All it was wands and air and emotional cups. And then after that, here come the 9 cups. Battles. You emotional out of all of that. There you go. All is here. So other than that, all is well. So Sagittarius. And all the 9 of Sagas, that's what it is. Be honest with you. It came through real quick. I didn't really do too much, really. To be honest with you, man, about an hour. Really pretty good. Normally me, I'll be going. So I got some information. I'm gonna give something after this. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna read something out of this. But I got a Sagittarius, how they feel. And then I'm going to do that real quick. It says here, marriage is low on my priority list. Prior. So my marriage is low on my priority list, I guess. I often find myself thinking the grass is greener on the other side. I love listening to podcasts. I've been on, as I've been or want to go skydiving. I always tell the truth, no sugarcoating. After a breakup, I immediately delete all my photos of my significant other. Mm. I make friends everywhere I go. I've impulsively dyed my hair. Didn't I just? This must be a stop it. Dealing with a Sagittarius, masculine or effeminate of a karmic. Okay? And I say it about this particular girl can't be you. She's a copycat. And if a male is trying to be like another male, it's a copycat. You can't be something that is not. It's always a blueprint, honey. The blueprint, the spirit within. And who gonna give you that blueprint? Baby, please. They trying to be something because they can't. Let me tell you, a person is watching everything that you do. That dude, that podcast. One of them is a podcast. Somebody got a podcast going on. Either you watching or they watching you at the same damn time. DAMN. That means fail about it. Watching it too much. They may have some type of stuff attachment with your phone. I don't know if that resonates. It says, I live by the motto, catch flights and not feelings. Shout out, family. I make sure to maintain my independence when I am in a relationship. I picked up a hobby just to impress you. I told you. It's a lover. I know I got some. I know I had some clear audience in here. Let me go on and give it. I got Lisa Kojam, head to toe. I got I'm finna know. Yeah. I got where am I poet? Bobby Womack. Matter of fact, he got a B-Day coming or on the way. So I know he's a Taurus. So that's 110th Street if that resonates. Also, I think I got De La Soul Buddy. So I got Buddy and Lisa Kojam. And that really has something to do with this particular of the De La Soul. This king that's so crazy about the De La Soul. They were so crazy about the De La Soul back in Henry VIII. So they let you know they got to do with a whole lot, Dutch and everything else about that endemic of that stuff at 1616 and 2020. They got to resonate in there 400 years, had to come back to manifest what was to remember of their chessboard. So, this is for the flip. People tend to fall in love with me, not the other way around. There you go, boom. This boy's a lover. He's a love. Where's I think at Prince? Like you got a hole in your head. They all fail. So anyway, he said I go grocery shopping with without a list. There's the other one here that didn't fail. So from my understanding, I laughed so hard. I got a lover. Hello, y'all. Wrapped up today. I'm often miss an appointment, so that's somebody ain't doing their job. Let's get on here. It's the two the union. Let me see what's going on with this lover, this feminine divine, and these karmics and all this karmics and masculine. See what's going on. dropped the games. Time to get serious. Oh, he coming. He coming. This emperor coming. He coming back. I don't know what he done learned from it. I don't know. This the flip on here. It says right here. There you go. If the violet flame, that's a note. Clear out, clean out old debris of every sort, so as to be able to come the wholeness and the oneness within yourself and merge uh, with your higher self. This is a union. All right. We got the pink and the blue. Blue is the masculine. And the pink is I've dropped the games. Time to get serious. So now it's getting real, y'all. Now that's the reason why that karmic feminine or that masculine man or masculine is either one. They getting pissed off. I'm learning how to be a healthy. There it is, the feminine. I am learning how to have a healthy relationship. Call it in. Please don't give up. I'm here. All right, that's it. I ain't gonna. That's full. Got one more. The victim. Let me see what's going on. That's the man. Victim. I was taught how to be a victim. It is a comfortable pattern. Tale of woe. The healing. Who taught you that? Self-examining. Because if we don't, we may never discover the lump. Reflect upon this. Then do something in a whole new way. All right, it says the healing. Getting to the core may not be easy task. Ripped a bandage of all of once. The injury of a deep wound, not fair. So well, suddenly exposed to light air. Indeed, be healing for many wounds. Anything of all of once can be it's that detrimental of trying. I call it treme. You know what that means? Dealing with separation of a try. It's a mental. It's the treme. Shout out to New Orleans. Healing and lesson are in the layers of the small bites. Be aware of one's action and accountability for them as the first steps toward healing and aboundment, in which is being of the issues. So there it is, Port of Love. I need to hear from you. The healing, you really don't. You just want to detach from what need, and when you're ready to just be love, open portal in the upper of dimensions of the multiple dimensions. Not just what people refer these days as the 5D. No, that somewhere you are not in the illusion of separation. That's it, y'all. And this one here is air. Communication is here. That's the message. There it is. It's a beautiful thing. This is a masculine and a feminine, divine, and in between of the union. And it is here. And people have both been went through something. And there it is. I was gonna do something else, but I think that's it. It's about the day of the heavy. And it says here, let me get a meditation. Musical instruments are mirrors of reflection. I gave out the clairaudience. Advice to let go of your image from time to time. Time to time, at time of age, y'all. Get down in the sandbox, no matter what your age, and play with the rest of the kids. Talk by adults. Come down with all that. Know thyself so much. It's about the in order for us to, the younger, more younger you are, the more you gonna be young. You know, adults need to come down all of that and come down a little bit. Y'all do too much. Pay more heed to your heart and less to the expression that you are making. Be careful on how you exercise your power over others. They'll tell you about your karmics. Let me tell y'all, it is a it's something about y'all practice. When you practice and use it to other people from humans, you become something as what they call the witch. But we all are with mediums. We're able to practice this. But when you using and you harming other people about your powers and your gifts, do you know it's a cause and effect? And that when stuff happen in this environment, you wonder why things happen. It's because of what you practice, what you teach, your visionary, your mind, your thought. And that's why things happen that way. Because of what your thoughts and what you put out in this atmosphere and when you talk to everybody. Be good to yourself, be good to other people. Because when you using that power, use your communication and how you say it comes and absorb with that sun. And you want to know why we having all these epidemic and everything when we think of somebody done it. No, it's your ancestors and you of your blood in, blood out. This is connected, and this is why things work. That's why it's the reason why it's spiritual now, because controlling of everything and stop everybody is causing problems because you're not getting the understanding because you can be in control. Because now you know what it's all about. It's about what you do daily. And that is real. So my understanding, I'm gonna give something else. Extremely aware of the profile of the maintained in the world. It is as if they carry a mirror around with them, which provides a reflection of how they appear to others. This, of course, means that when presenting themselves, they can craft an image of works to their advantage. It's about fear, about appearing something real. I told you about your spirits. If they're not for you, they come against you. And if you can't get an agreement with who you dealing with your spirit or your ancestor or with the present or what you're dealing with, whatever you're in your home. And if that's got to do with that, or if it has to do with something else, my understanding that fear tactic is illusional. And they do a lot of that during the moon. They do practice. Understanding when you're dealing with it. Because to me is to put you in your mindset, to put you in a mindset that it ain't even set. It is a thought that they use to throw you off. Because magic in that predicament of when they're using that is only temporary. And it's about reflection. And it's about the craft. So, like I said, it is. And it says a value. We talked about value number 3. Is about devalue and to belittle because this is what the crafts that they do. The value that good opinion in the eyes of society, the friends and family. This does not imply that they are insecure. I just said about friends and family when I first started because it's the project. Talents are developed often. They all often succeed getting in the image of others and have of them in the line with the image they want to project. The word is called often. However, it does imply that they fail from time to time. It's a circumstance which caused them a good bit of a discomfort. There it is. dealing with it. Now at 133, if that resonate, I'm telling you. So I'm letting you know, it's dealing with the crafty of people of your power, of your thoughts, and everything that you bring into this light. You're dealing with it. It's normal. But the thing of it is, you won. Y'all have a wonderful day.